I wanted to come here tonight and talk about my campaign, but I'm realizing that that's a really dumb idea. I think it's a dumb idea for a couple of different reasons. Number one, everyone in the room already knows about the campaign. Number two, I'm really inspired by what these three folks have just talked about.
I think that if there's a time that we can make a change, it's now. And I honestly think the way that we're going to make that change is by coming together. So I am going to cross party lines, and I am going to cross counties. I'm going to cross district lines, because we don't live in a box. And we have been made to believe that we live in this tiny little box, and that box is our district, and that box is our political party. The problem with that box is it makes us have blinders. But the person in the box next to you, or to the north or the south, what happens in their box affects all of us. And if you think that my values align with your values when it comes to all of these really important matters, then come help me. And on the things that maybe we disagree on, let's sit down and talk about it, because that's what politics used to be. It used to be where we could sit down and have conversations with people that maybe weren't in our party, and we can come to understandings and respect for where one another is coming from and understand their point of view. So, thank you for inviting me.
This is only about one issue, and that's freedom. That's everybody I talk to, what it boils down to for them is freedom. Whether it's parents who didn't want to send their kids in a mask, freedom. Parents who or employees that don't want to get vaccinated, freedom. Parents who don't like being stuck in a school zone because that's where they live and they have to go to that school. Everything in this election in this year is coming down to freedom. At this point, most people, I'm not, I've already gotten in trouble with my party plenty of times. So, but most attention to the party, most people that I speak with, they're only paying attention to, are you going to stand up for my freedoms, or are you going to shut me down even more? That's the only thing they're paying attention to. All of it matters. At every level, it matters. It matters who your state rep is. It matters who your state senator is. It matters who your congressman is. It matters who your senator is. It matters who your city commission. All of it matters, because at some level, something's going to happen that's going to affect your life. Support local candidates that share your values, even if they are not in your district. I think I might have voted for more Libertarians in my life than Republicans. So.
But we've got this two-party cartel that has maintained control over all of this power in our government for longer than any of us here have been alive. Probably more than twice as long, really, for most of us. And it's not going to change by folks being hesitant or holding back on it. It requires us to take decisive action. But the first thing I did after the midterm elections, when we had a little turnover in the board, even though they weren't Libertarians, but I had some people I could work with, reasonable people that I could kind of pull in and were inspired enough to kind of step up and work. What did we get? Move the meetings to 7:30 in the evening within a couple miles of the district where people could actually attend. But we know what's going to happen if we do nothing. We know the path we're on. We're hurtling towards $30 trillion in debt. We see what's happening with prices and inflation, that god-awful monetary policy, the wars, even, and amazingly, as I was talking about, even after ending the longest war in American history, we're still bumping up funding for the military-industrial complex to the tune of over $750 billion in a year. It's mind-boggling, but this is the system we have. And if we sit back, it's only going to continue down that path. So I'm asking you guys, take action. Thank you. I got to dress up because I don't have like the same charisma and everything else to bring to this. So I can't just go that easily. I got to I got to look as good as I can.
If I had known we were supposed to dress to compensate for our lack of charisma, I would have known to wear a tuxedo or maybe a ball gown. I didn't know that that was part of the objective here. Look, if these three folks were elected, I have absolutely every confidence that we would be well represented by people of tremendous character and dedication to principle and a certain degree of talent as well. And then that's all a good thing. I don't want to challenge any of that, but what I would like to do is, and I know that Dennis is on board with this, is to invite these two young Republicans to join the Libertarian Party over the next couple of years. I don't want them to feel like I'm trying to rush them into anything. Tuesday, this is actually the most important announcement. Tuesday is going to come after Monday next week.